Hey, how's going today? I'm Grace. Welcome to my channel, The-Blooming-lotus-in-paramita. Today, our Dharma talk is about anxiety. In this video, I'm going to analyze the reason of anxiety and panic from Dharma perspective and physical perspective. I will also share my story about how to deal with anxiety, which I believe could give you some inspirations or ideas. More importantly, in the end of this video, I will share a short but useful mantra with you, which can help you to relieve your stress and anxiety efficiently. Nowadays, anxiety becomes a part of our lives. Experiencing occasionally anxiety is a normal part of life. You and me, both of us have those moments. However, some people could frequently have intense, excessive, and persistent worry and fear from their everyday situations. Some people tend to repeat episodes of sudden feelings of intense anxiety and panic attacks at winter time. This situation could be very common if you live in a high latitude area where do not have sufficient sunlight, especially in the winter time. When I was living in a small town in Saskatchewan, my family doctor told me that lots of local people suffering from the panic attack and anxiety in the winter because they didn't get enough sunshine. But the good thing is an injection of vitamin B12 or a few drops of vitamin D could save you from your bad mood. But for most people, their happiness and regular mood could not swing back that easily. Why I would like to make this video? Because I believe that I understand the situation. I was there before, and finally I relieved. I want to help more people who still in that situation to achieve it. Now I can tell you what happened to me, just like a funny story, but I totally understand how difficult it could be in our lives if you get into anxiety or panic attack. So to be honestly, like most of you, I never heard what is panic attack or anxiety before. I was so happy and just normal until one day suddenly I feel I could not breathe, and I feel now it is the end of the world, which was awful and never happened to me. So I went to the hospital immediately. Then doctors checked everything for me probably for 3 hours. And guess what they told me? They said, well, I think you probably should be fine because you can still talk. Then they stressed me to go home and have good sleep and wait for the other check results. At that moment, I have probably 1,000 excuse me in my mind. What does that mean? You can still talk. I think you're still fine. But I didn't. I eventually didn't say it. I went back to my car. It was 2:00 a.m. I was living alone, so I was sitting in my car in the parking lot of that hospital. And I was wondering, where should I go now? Who should I call? Or is there any place that I can get some help with? I have no idea. Maybe I was lucky enough. It was actually the first time in my life that I felt such helplessness. But after that, I experienced a huge wave, I should say, of anxiety and panic attacks. So I got to say that those feelings of anxiety and panic interfering with daily activities are difficult to control. If I wasn't there, I would never understand how terrible it could be, and I won't make this video. What made me really scared is I'm a sincere Buddhist who had been practicing Buddhism Dharma for more than 7 years at that moment. I always keep precepts and chanting sutras and mantras. Every day I always follow Buddha's teaching. I never hurt or harm anyone. I mean to hurt someone or some animals since I became a Buddhist. So what happened to me? It should not like this. Did I do something wrong or make some mistake in my cultivations? There were a bunch of those questions and doubts in my mind. Then I went to my Buddhism master and double checked with him that there was no essential or directional problems with my cultivation. And then I tried a series of self-rescue or self-improvement, like visiting doctors and psychologists, gathering with friends, arranging trips for myself, but with little success. Until next April, I visited India. When I meditated in the Vulture Peak, I had a unique sensation that me and all beings, winds, rivers, mountains, and the boys who just pass by my shoulder are the one. And all those strugglings and anxiety are gone. And suddenly I realized that those emotions, happiness, fear, anxiety, they're not real. At least they're not the part from truly myself, from my heart. On the contrary, my heart can master them. I cannot always lead by them. Why my fear and my anxiety can guide me, can drag me or lead me for such a long time is because I didn't really realize it. Just like you had a really bad dream. In that dream, you lost everything that you have. You lost your family, you almost lost all your fortunes. You feel so anxious and stressful. But suddenly you woke up. You realize that, wow, it was just a dream. I should not worry about something happened in my dream. So if you are experiencing anxiety or someone you loved are experiencing those situations, you must want to ask me, then how can I find that button to switch back to normal life? You cannot ask everyone to visit Vulture Peak and meditate there, right? So my answer is, do not rush to go to Vulture Peak yet. Although if you can make it there, it will be definitely an amazing blessing for you. Buddha taught us the world that we are living, our whole life is nothing but our delusions. In short, it is a dream. Just when you are happy and you have your normal, regular life, you do not have any motivation to rethink about our life, to wake up from your life dream. And now you feel anxiety, you feel stressful, you feel unhappy. It is a signal from our heart. Your heart wants something and you didn't give it. So how about we take our anxiety as a kindly reminder and a big switch button for our dreams. From this moment, shall we try recognize anguish of birth and death, to forsake the 5 desires and to cultivate their minds in the manners of sages. Anyway, you have to wake up sometime. Either way, now or suffering and wait until death. Of course, I understand that even we follow Buddha's teaching, even we start to keep precepts and start cultivation from today, we cannot change our situation like immediately get out of blue in 1 second. But at this special moment, let's at least start to do something to become a vegetarian, do not eat any meat of animals, because when they lost their lives and lost their family, they were scared. They were suffering just like you. Try to recite Buddha's name, mantras and sutras to resonate with Buddha, to change the pure energy with Buddha to filter our negative energy, such as anxiety and stress. Lastly, I promised that I'll share you a short but useful mantra to deal with your anxiety, which is Om Mani Padme Hum. It is a mantra from Guanyin Bodhisattva, who always shows his mercy to the beings in the Saha world. The meaning and the reason I recommend this mantra, I'll tell you in my next video. So please subscribe my channel and keep contact with me. We will go further exploration in next week. Now you know the basic theory, mantras, and other suggestions to deal with your anxiety and fear. Fight or flight is your choice. I'm Grace. I'm always here for you. If you have any questions or suggestions, please contact me in my YouTube links. I will try my best to give you an answer. And if you like my video, please give me a like and please subscribe my channel. Then you can see my upgrade every week. Thank you very much for your watching. I see you next week. Bye.